A Jackson's chameleon uses three horns to joust for mating rights and shoots its tongue out at speeds that leave no time for a blink. Frederick Jackson was the first governor of Kenya, and George Albert Boulanger named his chameleon after him, and when he described it back in 1896. The scientific name is Triceratops jacksonii, which is literally tri-horned Jackson, three-horned Jackson. These horns are bone covered in keratin, the same material as your fingernails, and the males use them to lock and push each other while they compete for territory and mating rights. Most of the time, these matches end with threat displays and not serious injuries. These guys are about 10 inches long, but their tongue is about 20 inches long. They'll hang upside down from a branch and snatch a bug right out of the air before you can even blink. The tongue is sticky and it works like a suction cup to hold prey. They're one of the few reptiles that have live birth instead of laying eggs. Because they live in a cool mountain forest around 6,500 feet above sea level, where it's too cold for eggs to survive, the mother carries between 8 and 30 developing babies for 5 to 6 months. When they're born, they're about the size of a grain of rice. They're fully formed though. Within a couple of hours of being born, they start hunting insects that are almost the same size as them. They hit sexual maturity at about 5 months old and can live up to 10 years. Their main habitat is in cool mountain forests in Kenya and Tanzania. Logging is the worst threat to them right now, along with some farming communities trying to expand into their territory. But the biggest problem, besides habitat encroachment, is the pet trade. They don't breed in captivity as fast as the pet trade demands, so they're mostly wild caught, which means they're being stolen from nature to become pets. I am not a fan of that. All the domesticated animals we have domesticated themselves. Cattle, sheep, dogs, they all wandered up to human food sources and never left. But chameleons aren't trying to domesticate themselves, they're just trying to keep the world filtered for us and keep the insect population down and keep the diseases in check. They became invasive in Hawaii because of the pet trade let some escape onto the islands. Hawaii made it illegal to export them because if it stays legal to export them, then the pet trade has no reason to help prevent them. But they're invasive now, and they've almost completely wiped out the Oahu tree snail. People think it's just a snail, but it breaks down the dead plant matter and turns it into soil so other organisms can survive. Everything has a niche to perform. When you suddenly drop a group of animals into a new place, it causes problems. That's different from nature doing it slowly over millions of years. Natural invasion happens all the time when a bird drops an animal somewhere, or fish eggs get stuck to a bird's leg and ends up in a new pond. But those things take a long time to develop, and everything has a chance to evolve to meet the change. The pet trade just doesn't give nature that time.